Hello and welcome to Unblocking the Blockchain. My name is Jonathan Dunkerley, and you can call me Dunk. And today we're going to talk about how I am making passive income with crypto using Radium. So I'm just going to shrink my head down a little bit. I'm having a few little internet's really slow today, so I'm sorry if everything's a little laggy. Let me know in the chat if you could hear me good. If you could hear me good, that's great English. Okay, so so I'm just going to get started. So if you don't know what Radium is, it is a liquidity provider on the Solana blockchain, and basically what that means is you have. In my case, I'm backing it with a coin, an exchange coin called Gary, which it's the coin that I have, Dunk coin, which is my utility token launched on. And then because I have faith in the exchange token, and then I have Solana, which I have faith in the blockchain itself. So I pair those two together, or there is a liquidity pool, and I pair them too. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing, and then I'm also tracking everything. So let me just shrink my head down so I have a smaller head. So you could see what I've done so far right here. So I just started on Christmas Eve, 12/24, and I am tracking a couple different metrics that you could follow along here. Let me see if I could zoom in a little bit. It's going to be easier for you to see. Let's see. Okay. How do I zoom into the right spot? Okay, that's a little better. Or maybe I don't know how to zoom. I'll figure it out. I'm just going to zoom out so you can see everything. Not having the best luck with zooming it. So if you look at the 24th, I show how much that I've deposited in, and what it is that's the amount of Solana and Gary, 50% Solana, 50% Gary, and I put down the USD price because I was purchasing those in USD values. So, and a lot of times, people want to, if they're making money in USD. So on day one, I put in 46.31, and that was half in Gary coin and half in Solana. And then the next day I just put in a little tiny bit, $3.28, so on and so forth. And then yesterday, I took advantage of a nice little dip and threw a bunch of extra liquidity in. It's not much, $82. And then you can come over here to this other side, this other column that I have value in LP tokens, and it will show what the current value is in dollars, in USD dollars. And if you notice, right now it's 147.70 and now 144.07. So you could say that the USD value has already gone down a little bit in the last 5 or 6 days that I've been doing this. So tomorrow would be the 7th day. So the USD value has gone down, but the thing that I'm actually focusing on, growing, what I want to have more and more and more of is this right here. It's the Gary coin, because that's the exchange token. That's the one that I want. So I'm going after growing that particular token because I have faith that long term it is going to go up in value. So I'm not losing my liquidity by putting it here, but I'm just putting it here as kind of a place to keep it safe. A placeholder, if you think about it. Keeps it safe. I think that it's a place that I can keep it long term, and I get what, if you're thinking it in stock terms, it would be kind of like a dividend. But they give them in the form of, you have to claim these airdrops, and I'll show you in just a second. But so I'm just tracking this, and if you actually want a copy of this, you can get it in my Discord server at dunkmedia.club. All you need to do is have one Dunk coin in your wallet. So if you go in there and you don't have it and you can't get it, you could either buy it on an exchange or you could do it however you want. But as long as you have Social Connector, which there's a link to Social Connector in the description of this video, and have that, and at least have one Dunk coin in your wallet, and it's also linked to Discord, then it will unlock a channel that will give you this link. So that's all you have to do. And you could just follow along and look at what I'm doing. And if you have any comments or anything, just let me know. So I'm going to come back to this, and I'm going to fill in this next line. So this is the 30th. This is day 7. Actually, today is day 7. So I'm going to fill in what I'm going to buy here. And again, my goal of doing this is to increase the amount of this Gary coin, because I believe that this is going to go up in value over time based off of the fact that it is the exchange coin. They are expanding, they're growing. So I believe this is going to go up in value. Again, you please do your own research. I can't, I am not a financial advisor, but this is just what I'm doing. So if you'd like to follow along with what I'm doing, then yeah, I'd love to help you also do what I'm doing. So I'm gonna go over to Bird Eye real quick just to show you exactly what's going on. Oh, has it changed yet? Yeah. Sorry, internet's going really slow. It's laggy. There we are. All right, so we're on Bird Eye. We're on Bird Eye. Let me go back over to Bird Eye. So we're on Bird Eye. I'm going to search for Gary, which I already typed in. It's going really slow. So I'm going to search for Gary. Right now it's just showing Solana and USD pair, but I'm going to go over to internet is going insanely slow right now. Just refresh this and see if I can get it to go. Wow. Well, give me 1 second. Sorry. Okay. Refresh it from the beginning. Okay. I'm loading the Bird Eye again just so you can see if it will actually load. It's going a little slow. And again, if you want to get that copy of that that Google Doc, just go to dunkmedia.club and make sure you have a social connector account, which there's a social connector. There's a link in the description of this video. And it's also a good thing to think about with the social connector account. That is that is the way that you can gate with like Gary and the exchange coins. So if you want to, for instance, I went onto Twitter today and I hung out in a Twitter space for a few minutes. It was literally 5 minutes that I had to be in there. And then I retweeted a few things and I collected a couple Gary coin. And what I could do with those Gary coin is, in my case, I have my own coin. I could buy my own coin, or I could take that and you could even sell half and put it into the liquidity pool, just like we're doing right now. And then you would be able to sort of do it completely for free. Ooh, keep on clicking the wrong thing. Okay, that's not what I meant to click. Now it's okay. I'll try to keep it short if this is all being so messy. Okay, so there's Gary. I'm gonna click on that and we're gonna look at it on Bird Eye. And there's two things that I want you to understand of why I'm looking at. I have faith in Solana long term. So you could look at the price of Gary coin to USD over the last couple days, and yes, it has gone down a little bit in USD value over the last couple days. That's fine. I mean, if you look at it long term, it's actually had much better value. Like there was crashes. These are things that are out of our control, and that's because Solana has been going down because of market fear and people not knowing. So what I like to look at is this Gary coin compared to Solana. So I'm going to click that. Take a second to load, and all right. Once that chart loads, sorry, internet is not being my friend today. Okay, so if you look at this chart, now this chart looks a lot nicer, right? Yeah, there was this sell-off right here that was actually somebody selling some of their coin, a large portion of their Gary coin for Solana, so they could actually do what I'm doing and contribute to the liquidity pool over at Radium. So the price went down because of that, but as you can see, because there's a strong community that supports this coin and there is a lot of use case behind it, including multiple other coins that are on the exchange, and it's going to keep the value. I believe it's going to keep the value going up long term. And then once Solana hits its bottom and starts reversing, then the USD value will follow along with this. But that's the idea. So what's the reason that I do this? So I can go over to Radium or even actually I'll go back to my Google Sheet for a second. Okay. So I could say over time, yes, right now there's a dip because Solana is dipping. And that's really not that bad. That's $3 that it went down, $3.70 that it went down or something like that. And it went down to this point. But even though it went down $3, I believe that over time, this is going to be LP, basically that it's a liquidity pool token. So that can fluctuate depending on buys and sells. Sorry if there's some noise in the background. I got some people working on my place. So there's buys and sells. So that over time, once it reverses, once this goes back up to it reverses. But the thing that's keeping it steady is the fact that the exchange and the utility keeps the price of Gary pretty roughly consistent. So instead of it going down with the rest of the market, it's staying up. And as the utility grows, I believe that that's going to reverse. So this is my belief, and I've done my own research, and I encourage you to do the same thing because I'm not a financial advisor. So, and that's my reasoning for doing this. So I have the amount of LP tokens I add. I'm just tracking this. So if I go to Radium, now, again, it's going really laggy. Click the button. It's ever going to go over to. Oh, sorry, really loud in the background. Be really quick. Sorry. Thought I avoided it. Okay, so we're at Radium, and that's just radium.io. And you're going to need to have. Sorry, give me one sec. They're remodeling the kitchen, so. So you just go to radium.io, and you're going to need to have a Solana-based wallet. I use the Phantom wallet, but you could use whatever you like. And you're going to need to have an equal part of Gary and Solana in that wallet. You could do that directly in the Phantom wallet. Actually, you could swap Gary for Solana directly in the Phantom wallet, or you could take it and do it in exchange.socialconnector.io, which is here. I'll just bring that up real quick so you know what I'm talking about. And this is basically the utility of Gary Coin. And also, it's a place that you can buy Dunk Coin. You connect your wallet, and then you'd be able to swap Gary Coin for other exchanges. Like, for instance, if you wanted to get, see, I had 5. If I go to swap, I could see all the different, or you go to coin list, you could see all the different coin lists. But it's the same sort of thing. So if I wanted, I could take Gary Coin. Say I had a bunch of Solana in my wallet. I can go to Solana, and then I can type in Gary. So, I mean, how much do I have? I don't have a whole lot of Solana in the wallet right now, but if I said maybe I wanted 1 Solana to be turned into Gary Coin, that's what it would do. 1 Solana equals 59.13014413 Gary Coin. So that way, I would be able to go over to the liquidity pool and have an equal part of Solana as Gary Coin. So I'd have equal Gary Coin and Solana. I hope that that's making sense. So you'd have the equal amount of both of those different coins. And then I can go over to Radium. So, and there's a whole bunch of different ways that you could actually get liquidity. Like one way that I do it is, like I said, I can go and engage. If you just create a social connector account, which again, there's a link in the description, you can go and actually earn Gary Coin. You could earn Dunk Coin. Anybody that's on that Gary Coin swap exchange, not everybody, most people use the utility of the exchange in order to get people to promote their business and things like that. So it's really cool if you actually take a closer look at how it works. It's like tokenized marketing, and I believe it's going to become really big in the future. Again, I did my research, and I encourage you to do your own. So I go to Launch App. I'm going to go to Launch App. You can either do it in the top right corner or right here in the middle. Click that, and someday when this page loads, and again, I promise it's not the website, it's my internet connection being really, really bad. I'm up in the mountains right now with barely any access to the world. So this is Radium, and you can just go to radium.io. Make sure that you have your wallet connected. So I'm going to click up here in the top right corner. You can click connect your wallet. Again, it's going to go really slow for me because it doesn't want to cooperate. Then, I'm not sure if you're going to get a pop-up, but if you do, of course I clicked off too soon. I was impatient. That's our lesson. Don't be impatient, especially with crypto. Just so you know, don't ever click on things in a rush. So I just got a pop-up. I'm not sure if it's popping up on your screen yet, but it says connect your wallet to Radium, and I'm using the Phantom wallet. And again, I guess you can't see it. I see it. Actually, I don't know if you can see it, but you're gonna get a pop-up, and for me, it just shows the different compatible wallets. I'm gonna click Phantom. I like using Phantom also because I'm easily able to swap directly within the wallet between different currencies, and that's a big help. So I just click it, it connected my wallet, and if you want to disconnect it, just click this same little tab in the top right corner, and then you could disconnect your wallet. And then you can connect another wallet or anything like that. I have several wallets that I do this through, so I'm just showing you as an example. So, and I wanted to document this one because I wasn't documenting every little tiny thing. So I clicked on Farms in the left column, and you're going to have a couple different types of things. So a couple different ways. Let me see if this will load. So these are Radium farms, and if you notice, Ray, that's it's a similar concept as Gary if you think about it, because Radium, their utility is this swap. It's this liquidity pool provider. That's your utility. So if you believe that this platform is going to last long term, it's a good idea to collect Radium or Ray. So there's also Fusion ones. Click it again. This is all going so slow. I apologize. And one thing I was going to say while that's loading, okay, it's loaded. But anything like another way that I collect crypto is by referring people to different places they could buy their crypto for the first time. Like I refer people to, I like Coinbase personally because I don't personally keep money in Coinbase, but I use it to put money into the crypto system and pull money out. So if you wanted to get your first crypto, that's always my first choice, Coinbase. It's very, again, do your own research, but I get behind them and I don't usually leave any money in. And if anybody does, and it's a referral link that I have in the description. And if you did buy or actually sign up through that link, and I get any kind of commission, I'll just put it into this liquidity pool. So you're just helping the channel out if you do that. Appreciate it. So okay, so we're on Fusion, and basically what that is two different types of things. So it's not going to be Radium and something else. It's going to be two different, like you have Solana and USDC. They're dual yield, and then Solana, or that's ST Solana and USTTs. But the one that I like to look at is ecosystems, because it's basically more like projects that need the liquidity. So I'm contributing in this wallet. I'm contributing to the GARY Solana liquidity pool, and it has an average APR of 32.1%. But just keep in mind, like it says, the fees. So you're going to get a little bit of trading fees over the year if you do that. So then they say 31.02 would come from basically rewards that you would get from the people that are hosting this liquidity pool. In this case, it's Gary that's hosting it, Gary Coin that's hosting it, and the Gary Coin exchange. So they're able to swap in and out of it. So if I open it up, like click on it slowly, I have right here, it says like add liquidity, and then it shows pending rewards. So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Okay, there we go. So it shows pending rewards. You see like it's worth 12 cents. So it's worth 12 cents. And then this is a bonus reward that only goes through like the next 6 days, but it was a little bonus. So they were just doing that as a promotion. So it's free, additional free coin that I got, which I've just been using this to subtract from the cost of Solana. So whatever that is, I just subtracted, and it's like I didn't spend it on the Solana to contribute to it. So, but so I've almost got in 24 hours, 0.72 of these Garys. And yes, that's only worth 12 cents at the moment. But I believe over time that's going to be worth more. And again, I'm doing my own research, so I encourage you to do the same. So let me just zoom back out. You can see everything. Okay, so what I typically do is I will add new liquidity, and my pattern is this. So I'll keep enough liquidity that I want to add in from today. I'll leave it in my wallet from yesterday, and I'll just like do it one day off, because when you hit add liquidity, it's actually going to claim your pending rewards. So don't get discouraged, like don't get freaked out and go like, oh, this just all switch back to zero, because it's not actually it's not actually going to stay at zero. See, that even just went up as we were watching. If you go back and rewatch that, you'll see that it just ticked up, and that was because this is adding up and increasing in real time. So I think it was, what is it? I think I have like 30 Gary in my Solana wallet right now, and yeah, so I think I have 30 Gary. So I'm just going to add 30 Gary into there. So again, if I was just going to compound, I would just be able to take that amount, just the small amount, the set 0.72, and I would just roll that back in, or I could sell half and roll it back in and just compound daily. But I'm going to put more than $143 in. So I'm going to hit add liquidity. And you're going to get this page that will come up. It will show Gary and it will show Solana. So in my wallet, I have 31.25, so on, blah, 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 Solana. So I'm just going to do 30. So I'm going to do 30, type in 30. And it says 30 Gary is worth $4.99. And then it's going to say that that is going to $4.99 in Solana is about half a Solana right now. So I can go through all these things. The base is obviously Gary. The maximum amount in Solana, that's basically the equivalent in Solana. And again, if Gary becomes more expensive compared to Solana, then this is not going to be the same. And the idea is that every time that somebody adds into the liquidity pool, it's going to help balance it back out and keep the amount even, so it doesn't drain one side of the liquidity pool. So I'm going to hit confirm, and it's actually going to show us how, where is it? It's on the next page. I'll have to open it up in another page, but I'll hit add liquidity. And there's going to be a pop-up that I don't think that you're going to be able to see. It just popped up. But I'll open up a page that you will be able to see. So it's approving the transaction. You're going to get a pop-up that says approve transaction. Always double check the website. Right, for me, it says radium.io. That's where I want. It will show exactly how much you're going to be sending. It might get the Solana I'm going to send, the Gary I'm going to send, and you're going to receive something back called an LP token, but it might be listed as unknown. So in my case, I'm getting 40.57 LP token, and I'm just going to hit approve. And there's also, just so you know, there's going to be a small gas fee. It's very, very small on the Solana blockchain. So I'm going to hit approve. And I'm just getting this pop-up. It's doing the transaction. And I'm going to open it up on SolScan, which is basically, if you use Ethereum, it's like Etherscan, but it's for the Solana blockchain. So I'm opening this up. Again, sorry about the slow internet. And I'm going to start adding in my data for this. Okay, so now you can see I have 30 Gary. So now I'm going to start filling in that form. And again, you don't have to do all this like following, but you could just see exactly how this is going to work. And again, I know it's day one or end of week one of me doing this, but I believe that this is going to actually be, long term. It's going to be more valuable than doing. Oh, okay, I keep on clicking the wrong thing. Bad idea when the internet's going so slow. Tab is clicked up. So 30 Gary. So I just punch that in here. 30 Gary. And if you happen to be watching this on the replay and you want to skip through these slow parts, no worries. I completely get it. So I'm gonna type this in. So that would be math. 472.24. Yeah, I figured out math. So, and I'll go the exact price of this. I'll enter in when I add in our LP tokens. Okay. So now I'm going to go back to SolScan. And I'm just going to grab the amount of Solana that I just put in. And again, I'm just tracking all this stuff just to make sure that everything is actually, if anything happens, I want to just be able to know the reason why it happened. So I just added in Solana here. And then I'm going to do some fun math. I take this Solana. So I'm going to take I'm going to open up my calculator. You won't see it, but it is there. Okay. Plus, so this Solana, and again, you don't have to track all these things. I'm just doing it just to kind of prove a point. So I got this, and then copy, and now this is now the new amount of Solana that I have contributed. And then if you want to know what this column is, since I got a little bit of extra bags, it's the bonus just for the last, they did it for November and December. Who knows, it could come back. I have no idea. But I'm just taking that and subtracting it from the amount of Solana that I've actually been, actually contributed. So, I think I just made a mistake there. I got to fix this. I'll do it afterwards. I think I contributed the wrong amount. Yeah, I gotta fix that. I'll do that when I'm not live streaming. But the LP, so the LP I'll get in just a moment when I add it into the liquidity pool. And there we go. So now I'm gonna go back to Radium. Slowly. And then on Radium, on the left side bar, if you haven't touched anything, you should be on the same page. So we're going to click Farms again. And we're going to go through those same steps. So Farms, make sure that your wallet is still connected. Okay. And then we are going to go over to Ecosystem. Cool. So we're on Ecosystem, and instead of saying add liquidity, it says stake. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to take this dollar value right here before I added the liquidity, 143.74, and then I'm going to go back over here to the Google Sheet. So I'm going to, oh, sorry, I need to do that afterwards. Okay, I'll come back to that one second. So I'm going to stake actually. So I'm going to hit stake. And when the internet goes fast enough, you're going to get a pop-up. And I don't think that you're going to be able to see it on your screen, but all what it says is stake LP, and it says Gary-Sol, and it shows the balance of LP tokens, which it should be in your wallet. If you check, you should see unknown token just because it's not added in. And in my case, I got about 40.57 that I just added in. So 40.57, and that's what I was going to add into here. So I'm going to add that into the form, or into the Google Sheet real quick. So 40.57, I just added 40.57 LP tokens, just so I track how much of that I added in. And back over to Radium. So 40.57, and I'm going to click stake. And right now it says that is $9.98. Let me actually type that in as the exact amount that I'm adding into the liquidity pool for the day. So $9.99. What did I say? 9.98, right? 9.98, was that right? I think so. So now I could take 9.98. Now I would take this number, 147.70, back to my calculator, because math. I'm just going to add 998. And now I could do that, and that's the amount that I've contributed now, 157.68. 30 Gary or 472.24 Gary coin I've deposited, and then the Solana is just a. I'll figure out this last bit that I messed up when I was doing it yesterday. But this amount right here, it's just about 7.5 Solana. So between those two equals out about the $150. So I'll go back to Radium. And it won't usually take you this long. On days that I'm not doing the stream and having people follow along, it does not usually take me this long. I can do it in just a couple minutes, either on my computer or on my mobile device. So just make sure that you're always reading any pop-ups and knowing what you are confirming. Like I just got a pop-up from the Phantom wallet to verify that I am going to stake these LP tokens into this pool. So it says, right now, what it says for me, it says approved transaction. And what it's going to show is how many bags I'm going to get, which is the bonus one right now, how many Gary I'm going to get. Like I said, it's going to show how many I got. It's going to compound it and show me, it's going to put them back in my wallet, and I'm just putting them up. So I keep my compound a day. I stagger it a day just so I could just do this one transaction. Otherwise, I would have to harvest and then recontribute. So I'm just approve. It's going to send the LP tokens, and it's going to receive the Gary in the bags, and I'm going to hit approve. Once my slow internet, and then I'm going to go to SolScan so you can see everything again. Hey, how's it going, Michael? Sorry, I couldn't see the chat for a minute, but yeah, how are you doing? Thanks for joining. Let me know if you have any questions in the chat. Okay, so now on this screen, I can see the LP tokens that I just deposited, so 40.57, and it's going to show the amount of Gary. So again, I'm just tracking all of this. I'm going to copy the amount of Gary. I'm going to go back to my Google Sheet, my slow internet, and I'm going to type in how many Gary I got, and then I'm going to go and type in how many bags I got, just so I can keep track of how much I'm collecting. And I'm going to collect, wrong tab. Wrong transaction, so there we go. Then the bags, I'm just going to collect those. And I'm going to go back to the sheet and just write down this information. And I'm going to paste that there. So now I'll fill this part in later, but I'm going to get these LP tokens for you. And you're going to see the 2 bits of information. There we go. So now we have 153.72. That is how much is deposited currently in value. So that's how much the LP is worth right now. So if I was going to sell the LP, I would get an equal amount of Gary and Solana on both sides, based off of how many LP tokens are in the entire ecosystem. So now I'm going to go back here. I'm just going to type that down. So we could look at 154.42 and 157.68. So that is the difference in price. So I've actually lost like $3, but I'm gaining additional assets right here. All of this is free assets that I've gained. And as I collect more assets, that's going to offset the price of how much I put in. Because I'm not contributing this, I get to subtract this from the actual value of the amount that I put in, and see what you've invested versus what you're getting back out. And this is passive income that I'm getting every single day. So let me go back over to the Radium. And if you want to like get started with doing stuff like this, the reason, a good reason why I really like talking about this particular type of platform is not just because I have a coin on the platform, which is part of the reason why I do. It's just because the whole system of how you can get started just by engaging with the different communities that are on the platform, and being able to take that engagement and turn it into actual money, and actually make some real, get some liquidity that you could put into your actual investments or however you want to put it. But if you believe in a project, if you don't know this one, you could use these same tactics for whatever project you're involved with. So there we go. So now I'll fix this last little bit. This is just me just giving an exact amount of how much Solana minus the cost of bags. And I'll do that in just a minute once I fix yesterday's mistake. But yeah, so now you have more assets than you did when you got started. I think that's the most important thing to really understand, that you have more assets in this pool than when you originally got started. And I'm going to get bags for the next day or so, or a couple days. I'm going to get Gary, and there is going to be a quick stop up in the pool because they're updating it, and they're actually going to be giving out a lot more rewards, which it's an incentive. It's ways that they keep their liquidity and their business moving, and it's part of doing business. And this is the way that you could reap the benefits of, because you're collecting an asset. So as the market goes down, you're collecting more and more assets. And as you're collecting more assets, it's going to either, the idea is that even if it's going down a little bit, you're collecting more assets. And then as you collect more assets, even the price goes up a little bit, down a little bit, up a little bit, and you are actually going to be. And so imagine if you were able to double your assets. Not saying that you do it in 1 year. Now, even if the market went down, 50%, if you doubled your assets, you would actually have, you'd still have the same USD value, but you'd have twice as many assets. Now, you could have just waited a year and bought them. That's also a possibility, but we don't know that. That's information that you and I don't know. So by doing it this way, by adding to these liquidity pools, for things like Radium, you could also do this on ETH, on the Binance Smart Chain is popular. But I like this one just because I'm doing this. I like small gas fees that are on the Solana blockchain. And then I also like the fact that I could take a project that I truly believe in, like Gary, which Gary is a project that I truly believe in. And that's why I have a coin on there. And if you want to also collect the coin, you don't have to actually, this is not the only place you could do it. So if you want to start and you're like, I don't have any money to start, then you could go and create a social connector account, and there's a link to social connector in the description of this video, and you can go and do that. And it's like, and the thing that's really cool is you could find different communities that you believe in within that, like sub communities in the Gary exchange, and you could also either collect them for this, or you could also do it as you might like their utility. Like my utility is actually I help you make money with video, but I really have a lot of interest in crypto, and that's the reason why I launched this. And I make video content on things like YouTube and different channels. This is not my only channel, so that's my utility. But you might find somebody's utility that actually is what you want, or what's going to help you grow, and what you know what I'm saying. So if you want, go grab a social connector account. It's free, and if you connect it to things like Twitter, if you're on Discord, you connect it there. They're going to add Instagram soon. There's Clubhouse if you ever go on Clubhouse. So different places, if you engage, you're going to be able to collect Gary coin in some of the sub communities. Like if you retweet my tweets, you'll probably get some of my coin, which is actually part of the same exchange. But then you could take those coins and either collect the utility, or you could turn them back into Gary coin or Solana and add to the liquidity pool. So both ways are going to benefit you long term. If you just hold it, but I like collecting more and more assets and these different faucets basically that are going to add additional liquidity to or give you extra give you a larger position versus just the price going up. Because if the price goes up, it's better to have more assets if the price is going up, I guess is the point. So if you want to grab a copy of this Google Sheet, again, just it's available in my Discord server at dunkmedia.club. If you go to that Discord server and you have your social connector account connected to Discord. That's all you need. Social connector account connected to Discord, and you're going to get access to not just my stuff, but if you can go into a whole bunch of different Discords and get a bunch of perks if you do that. But if you go to mine, I will give you with one. If you just have one Dunk coin in your wallet, I'll give you access to that Google Sheet. And if you don't know how to get a Dunk coin in your wallet, just ask us, and one of us will actually make sure that you have it either one way or another. Or if you don't have enough to get a 30-cent coin, then we'll find a way to get you one. But yeah. That's the easiest way, and then you know, go back to this real quick. I think that's pretty much wrapped up of what I wanted to chat about today. But yeah, oh, come on, there we go. So in the end, I posited amount is going to end up being more over time, but we're in the middle of this nasty bear market where everything is going down, and the way I view it is collecting as many assets as possible, and the fact that this is going to be producing assets even as the price goes back, as the price is going down, I'm collecting assets, and I believe that when the price starts going back up, then I will really reap the benefits. But in this term, I'm going to be able to have a larger position, and even if the price is going down, I'm not looking at this last week. So that's kind of the thing. I'm going to go back to the Google Sheet. Try not to switch pages too much just because its internet is beyond slow. Okay, that's the last time I'm switching pages. Talk about one page. But I believe that the amount that I've added in is going to actually be lower than the value of the LP tokens, because it's not just me doing this, and I understand the way that the exchange works. And why this is a good play. And again, I encourage you to do your own research. I encourage you to go and actually learn about this on your own, and just so you could understand it. Because even though the price is going down, I'm able to collect those tokens, and I'm able to make it worth more for me. So worth more for me. And again, do your own research. And I can't say that enough. Just make sure that you do your own research, because I have faith in Gary coin, but you might have a coin or a platform or a community that is on the same platform or a different one, but these pretty much work the same way no matter what, and you're going to be able to do that. So again, if you're just getting started and you want to do that, I'd say create your social connector account and go and engage on social media. You can go to also like my community or any of the other ones in that ecosystem, and you're going to be able to get a little bit of free liquidity that you could use in this swap. The Gary coin ones he gives out way more than that on his platform and everything. So you could just you could do this and just start small. I mean, like, the thing that I want you to focus on, I'm not going to switch back to that sheet, is the it's going to go slow. The thing I want you to focus on is percentages. Not that necessarily like, okay, I'm working right here with $150. That's a small amount, but I'm going to keep on adding more. But you're going to be able to track how much I've added. So if I end up adding, 100 or a couple $100, you could multiply that by whatever and get a similar result. But you would actually even have more LP, so you'd probably even have a little bit more of a chunk of this liquidity pool. So, yeah, I hope me walking you through my process of compounding my liquidity and adding a little bit more. I'm going to click this one last time, I promise. Adding the liquidity back into Radium. So I have the pool all these days. I have it listed for the next three months, 90 days, and we're going to see how it goes. And hey, you know what? After 90 days, laggy. After 90 days, who knows? Maybe I'll just continue doing it and keep on tracking this. And I'm going to continue doing these live streams and checking in. But if you want to track me completely every single day that I'm doing it, just head over to dunkmedia.club and make sure you have a social connector account with Discord, at least Discord connected. I'd say if you're going to be following along with everything else, you might as well go and link it to Twitter as well, because there's a lot of opportunities to earn Gary coin on Twitter. That's one of the best ways to do it, or just to get started earning a little bit. Okay, cool. I hope this was helpful, and I'm going to be doing a couple more of these. And just like I said, make sure that you have a social connector account. Go to dunkmedia.club and make sure that you have that one dunk coin in your wallet. It will help you if you don't have one. And yeah, where is it? Yeah, awesome. I will see everybody next time that I do one of these lives. I'm going to be doing them very consistently. And you could also check out any of my other channels. If you're interested in making money with video, that's what I talk about on my other channels. And I will see everybody in the next one. Just make sure that you watch one of these videos next, and I'll see you next time.